So I want to start you guys off with a question that may or may not be a slight trigger warning. After you graduate, what do you want to do? Yeah, I know it's a pretty tough one, right? But I figure if you're going to college for 4 years and you're probably spending a ton of money to go get a degree, whatever you're going to end up in is something that you probably want to do. So I want you to think about all the great things that this job or this career has to offer. What benefits does it have? Why did you choose this over something completely different? Now I want you to think, what kind of things would incentivize you to get away from this job? If another job came around with different benefits, what would be the tipping point? How much is enough that would get you away from it? Would it be a shorter commute? No commute, where you just work from home? Would it be more flexible hours, more time off, more vacation, better salary? You get to work with your friends? What if you didn't even need a degree? What if you didn't even need a high school diploma? Because this is the growing reality of the gaming industry. People of all ages now have the ability to go out and make money as entertainers, whether it's through streaming a game, just for having fun, or by competing in a game through esports and competition. As the gaming industry continues to grow, this is only going to become more and more of a likely possibility, but is that always a good thing? I don't know. It's a little unclear. Why? Because too much gaming could be pretty problematic in a lot of simple ways and maybe through more complex means such as addiction. And obviously, addiction is kind of a touchy subject and there's a lot of dangers associated with it. But gaming industry is going to continue to grow. It's already bigger than both the film industry and the music industry combined, and it's only going to continue its rise. Twitch, which is the biggest streaming platform in the world right now, they had 17,000 affiliates. These are people who made money streaming games on them in 2017. This number grew to 27,000, almost a 50% increase in 2018. While numbers aren't available for 2019, I wouldn't be surprised if this trend continued. Again, something that's only going to continue to grow as the gaming industry develops. Also to that point, people see poster boys, someone like Ninja, just for example, someone who takes home $500,000 a month in subscribers alone. I wouldn't be surprised if this is only 10% of his income. Every single month, this dude's making $500,000 playing a game with his friends. If that's not incentive for you to try to get into this field, especially as a kid when that's already your biggest hobby, I don't know what else would be. The other component of this is esports, competition, playing games and trying to just be better than everybody else, right? There was recently a 10-week, $30 million tournament hosted by Epic Games where a 16-year-old took first place and brought home $3 million. Yeah, a kid in high school is just walking around being a multimillionaire. How does that make you feel, spending money going to college, right? And the problem, I don't want to say a problem about this, but one possible dilemma is that these poster names, these biggest people in the industry, they're going out and they're saying, hey, yeah, you could do this, Dr. Schneller. You just got to put in the time. Practice hard, work hard. You'll get there. And so what are they going to do? You're going to mimic the people who are already there. If I want to be a professional baseball player, I'm going to follow the habits of a professional baseball player. Same thing applies to this industry. But what are these industry professionals doing? They're playing upwards of 8, 9, 10, 12 hours a day. Is it a job for them? Yeah. For the people that want to get to that point? No. They have to sacrifice things like school, physical activity, exercise, sports. And that can be really problematic. Just having that much of something in your life could be really dangerous. It could lead to an addiction, because games are designed to be addictive. How do game developers and how do game companies make money? They sell the game, and then they get continued revenue over the course of the game through microtransactions and stuff, which is another pretty big topic that could be a whole other topic by itself. But from the game developer's perspective, the more people that play a game, and the more time that's spent playing the game, the more opportunity there is for revenue. So they have this reason, they have this incentive to get people to play the game, and to play the game for longer. So what do? They put hooks in the game to do that exact purpose. Whether that's to complete a challenge that you need a friend to be playing with, or whether that's just your game mechanics that make you want to come back. Now this can be really dangerous because gaming is a behavioral addiction. Just by definition, a behavioral addiction is an intense desire to repeat some action that is pleasurable or perceived to improve well-being, despite the awareness that such an action may have negative consequences. If you look around on social media, you'll find many videos of kids throwing tantrums because their favorite game got taken away, even if for something like dinner or for going to a sport. Is that evidence of an addiction? Well, again, it's a little unclear. The diagnostic criteria is still being developed. And how can you differentiate between something really being problematic and me just going out on a weekend and really enjoying my hobby? What's the difference between that and going out on a boat and fishing for 8 hours? Again, it's a little unclear. But this is something that's only going to continue to be developed as more research gets pumped out into the field. But so what are the dangers? Naturally, simple things. I don't know. Worse hygiene, worse school performance, worse job performance. Or maybe there's the extreme, like the kid from Lorraine over by Cleveland that killed his 2 parents after his favorite game was taken away from him. Or somebody who was in an internet cafe in China, played for 19 consecutive hours and was found dead just from physiological trauma. Or potentially to the greater point of addiction and of the psychological effect that these games can have on people. There's a kid who took his own life after a 36-hour gaming session because he wanted to join his heroes in the game. I don't mean the entertainers, like the streamers that play the game. I mean the fictional characters inside the game. Am I speaking to the extreme? Yeah. But does that mean that that little step below doesn't exist more often? Yeah, it does. And these are the realities of something that can be potentially dangerous and absolutely completely addictive. Thankfully, there's some treatment. A lot of behavioral addictions kind of align, especially gaming addictions, they align with the other behavioral addictions, whether that's like Caitlin's speech, work addiction, eating disorder, sex addiction, gambling, anything along those lines. These treatment strategies, they align, whether that's through cognitive behavioral therapy, cognitive restructuring, working to figure out why you game, maybe figuring out other coping mechanisms for other bigger things going on in your life. And this isn't a cry to say that games are bad, because I don't think they are. There's a lot of really good things. Larson and others showed that games help to improve cognition, memory, reaction time, hand-eye coordination, while other researchers have shown that astronauts use them to help prepare for spacewalks. Surgeons use them to help improve both the completion time and the efficiency of their surgeries. They have their benefits, but they need to be moderated, in a sense. We need to keep it